Welcome to the Uncle Jimmy Show, Cousin Donnie. We are live again. This is the 21st episode from the start of the Cousin Donnie and Uncle Jimmy Show. So we're excited to get things underway tonight. We have Mike from Mike in Sports. He is a kind of a old timer per se, but also has huge involvement not only in 12-inch but also with Miken. So a lot of cool things tonight. We're going to have a guest coming on the show, along with a new segment to what we've been doing lately. So stay with us tonight. I think we should be right around an hour. And I'm going to go ahead and bring Donnie on right now. So Donnie will be joining us here shortly. What's up, Donnie?
Hello, Jimmy. How are you?
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. Good to see you again this week.
Yeah, man.
I get the privilege of seeing you twice this week.
Yes, yeah. You are a lucky individual.
Yeah, I'm counting my blessings.
You are a lucky individual.
Where are you at tonight? Are you in your garage tonight?
Yeah, I'm actually in the garage. So
I know last week you did it from somewhere different, right?
Yeah. Just with the kids and stuff, it's just easier. So
yeah,
it's trying not to be so loud, and unfortunately, it's just makes it easier for me. I got my in-laws over tonight too, so it does a little bit of everything.
You didn't want to put them on the show?
Yeah, nah, not yet. So
we got to get way more popular first.
Right. So how was your week, man?
Good.
Before we jump into our agenda tonight.
Pretty solid. We worked all week and was trying to stay busy, and then getting ready for Friday.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of work a little early. I want to get there early and check out the place. We got the first game too, so trying to get there a little early and take some swings. And I'm excited to see the place. I know you've been really hyping it up. I think I wanted to mention this really quick. You said bring chairs, right? You don't have bleachers or anything?
Yeah. So I mean, we got bleachers and stands and things like that. But the problem is like when we have 8 teams in there at once or whatever, just bring chairs just in case, because I don't know how many. We also have other people in the dome too. I had some rentals come in for an extra space tonight that they're going to be there too. So most of the people will be cleared out by 9 o'clock.
Okay.
But for those first 2 hours, we're going to have some other guests, which will be fine. It's just they're going to be in the cage area in the extra space area. So
busy play.
Yeah. So for the 8 o'clock games, basically they'll be able to warm up. I'll have 2 cages per each team. They can just warm up in the cage for the 8 o'clock, and the same thing for the 9 o'clock. And then after that, we're good. We'll have the whole place after that to ourselves.
Very nice. We're excited. I know I was talking to Joel a little earlier today.
Yeah.
I know some teams are probably going to struggle getting the full team out there because it's kind of a ride for some.
Yeah.
But, you kind of work around that, especially early in the season.
Well, here's the thing. It's funny. I was just talking about this. I talk to CJ pretty regularly. If you live in Brookfield, it's a 35-minute ride.
Yeah.
Lawlers is a pretty famous location, I guess you want to say, which is pretty known on the south side of Lawlers on Archer. It's literally a 35-minute ride from there. So, I mean, it's straight up 55. That's the nice thing. Yep. I mean, it's, literally I'm a mile and a half off the highway. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad ride. I mean, miles-wise, it might be a little further. But minute-wise, if you're going from Lawlers to Rosemont, it's about 5 minutes, maybe longer. It's a 35-minute ride compared to a 30-minute ride. So it's not as far as everyone thinks it is, just because of the fact that it's a straight shot on 55.
It's all highway. We got a couple people watching. Tommy Corlette's watching. Travis is watching. Uncle Peter, Bruce, Jackson Perry was on last week. We have Paul Rowan watching. So thank you. Robbie Grisano's watching. And then John Doss, who's another recent guest of ours.
Yeah, Nicholas Kimmer there too from Hex. So don't forget our Hex guys on there.
If I'm not friends with them, it doesn't show up that they're watching.
Oh, that's okay.
Me and Kimmer are not friends.
You're not friends? Well, maybe you should request them to be a friend.
I'd like to be his friend. Kimmer and I have always been friends, just not Facebook official.
Yeah, today, this week has been since Friday has been just a crazy week. We did the draw. Unfortunately, you couldn't make the draw, but it's okay.
Yeah. What was I doing? I was playing basketball with Robbie, actually.
Yeah.
I was at a party Friday night. I ended up doing it with one of the GoPro instructors who
Yeah.
has no clue about softball, but he was pretty clever. He was awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, pretty solid draw for who do you guys play first game? Meatball City?
yeah, we play Meatball City and then we play in the High Wire
Okay.
BTA. So, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, every team is good, so it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter who you draw.
You're gonna play someone good in it. Yeah, rock
Yeah,
solid.
I mean, I think you guys play Sauce, and then then the other bracket or the other line is Circus Menace. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every
We're gonna
team's
play somebody.
capable of winning. It's a dome. We're out there to have fun, get some swings, do those things. So,
Yep.
but yeah, I mean that's the cool thing. So I think people really like the place. I think I'm excited to get people out there. I don't mind with people bringing coolers. Let's just not leave our shit all over the fields and stuff like that.
Yep.
I will have garbage cans out there. We can throw our shit out. It's not a hard thing to do. But I just, like I said, I do recommend if you are sitting around, just bring a lawn chair, bring something to sit on. I do have benches and stuff like that, but there's not a ton, especially with other people out there. Just, the real bleachers and things like that are not in yet. We're waiting on them. So, and also, once again, we're still under construction in the building. So as we walk through the building, just be careful of basically what you're looking at, right? So it's not all complete, but you guys will see it when you're there. And we're getting closer and closer to Papa Magoo's being open, and I think it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
It's exciting.
maybe Donnie, you'll get an invite to the grand opening party, huh?
I was gonna say. First of all, I was gonna say I look forward to doing a stream out there too to get you some publicity and
Oh
show
yeah,
up the place to
that'll
people
definitely happen for sure.
or other teams. I'll definitely do a live stream while we're out there.
Oh yeah.
And then I would love to be at the grand opening. I want to cut the ribbon.
Oh damn right. So you'll definitely be live streaming Friday night. So
Yeah, I will be.
that's for
I will.
sure.
Yeah.
So there's a couple good games I like to live stream. I mean, the first bracket plays at 7, 8, and 9, and then the second bracket plays 10, 11, 12, and then the championships at 1. So,
Okay.
That's how we're going to do it, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, should be good times. So,
Why don't you go? We had a pretty cool guest coming on, the first one, right, Jim?
yeah, Michael is from Mike in Sports.
Yep.
He is kind of a lifey of softball, really.
Yep.
He started in the late 70s, early 80s. He signed a contract with Mike in Sports. He's been a part of them for quite a while. He's made I think he said close to 100 bats. I'm sure he's going to tell us a lot about it tonight.
That's cool.
One of the reasons why I wanted to really have him in as a guest, not only because of his knowledge, but some of the things that we've been talking about, getting 12-inch players to come play 16-inch, especially at our major nationals and things like that. It's, they did it in the 80s, and I think he's got a really cool story about how that turned out. So I'm hoping he can jump on. I know he said that he's trying to get on now. So
Perfect.
I'm hoping we can, hopefully he can figure it out. So I don't see him yet.
We always prep the guests before the show. I know you guys might not think so, but Jimmy and I do a little bit of prep before the show, and we make sure all the guests are taken care of. I'm sure every guest can speak for that, and talking to them before the show and kind of explaining how to jump on. It's a little difficult for the older crowd because they're not used to all the technology involved.
Right.
But once you figure it out, it's smooth sailing.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy.
I don't see him currently. So maybe hopefully he figures out. I just sent him the invite now.
Yeah.
So hopefully he figures it out. You know what I mean? I see Kelly on there, so welcome, Kelly. Kelly was an incredible guest.
Oh, fantastic!
As you can imagine. Yeah, she was awesome. She had a lot of good things to say. So I'm hoping here that he could figure it out. I don't want to jump off to text him because I might lose you for a minute.
Yeah. We gotta have Kelly on again. I know. I was looking at another couple of YouTube videos that were posted from the USSSA from their, I think, major tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
With Resmondo being out there, and I'm sure Brett Helmer was out there, a previous guest of our show. But man, the videos are just so awesome, like such good quality, and it's kind of a condensed game, so you're not watching every single pitch.
Right.
And they do all the action, which I would love to do, by the way, Jim. If I can do like an edit for some of our softball games,
Yep.
and kind of condense them just to show like all the hits or all like the pretty cool plays.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. I think a lot of people would be interested in that.
I'm gonna, if I lose you, I'll be right back. Try to text him.
Okay. Yeah, you did just kind of click off for a sec, but want to thank some more people that are coming in. Scotty Herdecki jumped in. Trav said it's an hour drive away for him and his guys. So Trav, hopefully you guys make it out there with no problems. We've got Rich Rizzo in the comments, Jeff Hernandez, Casey Chavez. We've got Jack Harrigan in the chat. I called Jack the other day, didn't answer, didn't call me back. No problem, Jack. Trey Johnson's watching. Kelly, the video guys. I want to hire those guys, Kelly. We need to do their contact information.
So it's funny because I'm looking at the chat and I do not see Mike on there, but he says he's on there. So
Sure.
I just text him right now, so hopefully he does figure it out. Yeah, what's up, Trey? I see Trey on there. No, he got
Trey.
a heart for you. So
Trey's on there. Jack's apologizing now. It's funny, like I always have my list of people that I call in the car. Jimmy, you're always usually one of them.
Yeah.
If you make that list, it's high praise.
Oh. Yeah, it's funny because I usually get the call from you about 8:15 every morning.
Every day.
And
every day.
I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, it's the Donnie Rollins time. So, it's hysterical. But
Be honored. So
yeah, I am honored. So what's going on? Do we have any winners this past week in softball? I saw that there was some out there actually, at some of the leagues and things like that.
I didn't see. Unfortunately, I didn't see a ton from Butters. I know he was making up some logos for us this week, so that was cool. Robbie giving me a shout out because we were hooping last week, and Jimmy, the jumper was on. Last week.
Were you just raining threes or what?
That's all I do. I don't shoot any layups or mid-range jump shots. I don't play any defense or rebound. I just shoot threes.
So basically, you run from 3-point line to 3-point line.
If the person I'm guarding goes inside the three, it's probably a basket for them.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so you should play in the NBA.
I'd go 3 to 3. That's as far as I have to run.
That's awesome.
Matt Menizzi was hooping.
Was he?
There, yes.
Well,
there he is right there. I just gave him a shout. Matt Menizzi averaged like 8 points a game. He was on fire.
Really? So until this guy figures it out, all right, I think we should bring on a guest.
What if we put Joel on there?
I don't see Joel.
We should bring on.
Oh, lost him.
What do you say? Let's bring Trey on.
Wait. Trey.
I got a question for him.
All right. Hold on a second.
And he better not bail.
Mike from Mike in Sports was actually just calling me right now.
Okay.
So
you got it, Matt. I'll always hype you up. Rich, I never play any defense.
I don't see him though.
Well,
I can't answer his call because if I answer his call, then yep. So
I don't want to on the stream. There's too many good people in here.
Yeah, I know, really good people. So who you wanted to bring on? Trey.
Bring Trey John. Let's bring Trey John for a couple.
Trey doesn't have his camera. Trey doesn't have his camera on.
All right.
So ask Trey to request to be on the show.
Come on, Trey, jump on in. Just hit that little icon in the bottom left that looks like a guy inside the photo.
If Mike's on too, I would like for Mike to do that as well.
Mike to jump on. If Mike's available, Mike, jump on in the show if you can. If you want to press that little icon in the bottom left part of the screen, it'll request for you to be part of the live.
Yep.
Sorry for the delay in joining on the guests, guys. As soon as we get Mike in, we'd love to have him. So.
Well, here comes Trey. So he
Oh
was able
boy.
to figure it out.
Oh boy.
Where
Yo,
is he at?
Are you driving?
yeah, I'm driving, baby.
Turn the light on.
Nah, I ain't turning no damn light on. That's how I get the
That's
ticket.
all right. It's worth it. You'll get to pull over for a little bit. That's worth it.
Nah, hell nah. What's up, man? How we doing?
How are you?
What's
I'm I just got out of work. Just got out of
what's
work.
new? What's new, Trey, in the softball world?
Shit, y'all tell me. Y'all the softball news.
Wait. Listen, I know you got one big thing that not many people know. You wanna tell us?
I don't know shit. Y'all know everything, man. Look,
Don't lie to me.
I joined this shit for y'all because y'all know everything.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Donnie, what do you got to ask
Donnie,
our guy Trey?
Tell me about.
Donnie texted me 15 new things at the beginning of the week, and I didn't know this shit at all.
It was about his own team.
It was about my own team. He was telling me something about my own team I didn't know.
That's
Trey,
awesome.
Trey, the one question I have. Well, Jimmy, you can ask him your famous question too.
Yeah.
Trey, the question I got. Tell me about Julian Russell. What's
What
so
you want
funny?
to know?
If I want to know.
It's real.
Okay, there we go. You got it right there. There's breaking news.
Yeah, that's real.
What's real?
Everything about it's real. That's my dog. We work together actually too.
Okay.
Yeah, we play high school ball together. He went to Gordon Tech. I went to St. Joe's, so I didn't know him for a long time.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And he's coming over to play with Highway.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of role is he gonna fill?
From what I know, I don't make those decisions. I leave that up to Trav.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I let Trav make those decisions. Whatever they talked about, and I guess we'll see come April.
Yeah.
Is he gonna
So yeah,
be out Friday?
what's up? Nah, I don't think he's gonna be out there Friday. I'm not gonna be out there Friday either. So unless something changes for my weekend, I'm probably not gonna be out there Friday
Okay.
either. But I have been hearing good things about the dome. I work with your buddy Adam, Jimmy. So he been telling me some good things about the dome
Oh yeah.
and stuff like that. So yeah, I heard some good things. It's just like that should take me about an hour and a half to get back to my apartment. So
Where
gonna
do
catch me out
you
there.
live? You must live up north, huh?
Yeah, I live in Wicker Park, so you ain't gonna catch me up there in
Oh,
Minooka.
yeah, that's far.
Yeah.
Shit,
So
Rosemont's a hike for you up north.
nah, Rosemont only like 15 minutes because it's straight down 90.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so it
Good point.
only take me like 15, 20 minutes to get home from work. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's easy. But that
Yeah.
Minooka shit.
Are you still coaching over there, Trey? Coaching baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I just got done. That's what I just got done with right now.
Okay. All right. Because I know you coach out at Rosemont. Jimmy, you want to ask him your famous question?
What's the
Yeah,
famous
Trey, I
question?
appreciate you jumping on really quick as we're waiting for our guests. But the question I ask all the time and every guest we have on the show
Yeah.
is basically if you had one thing you wanted to change in softball right now to make the game better, what would it be?
I would say consistency, man. Like I think the game needs consistency. I think the biggest thing is like, we do all these rankings and everybody does all these hypotheticals and yada yada yada. Let's just stop with the hypotheticals and let's keep stats, man. Like let's be consistent with stats. Like leave that up to Forest Park, whether it's a game changer app or they keep a scorebook. Like let's stop with the hypotheticals on who's the best here and who's the best there. Keep stats. You know,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be up to the team. It should be up to the organization. Keep the stats, and I think the same thing with the umpires. Be consistent with everything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like be consistent with drag step, be consistent with height, be consistent with guys moving around and going to check if somebody hit the bases and yada yada yada. That's what I enjoy. Like I just want consistency in the game.
Yeah, no, it makes a ton of sense what you're saying. And we had a guest early on in the I don't know, about a handful of episodes ago, PJ, and he mentioned the same thing about stats, and he had a lot of good things to bring some excitement around it, both from the team perspective and then also from the player perspective. Yeah, I mean, that's something that we can definitely look into. No, I definitely appreciate that for sure, and we will we'll see how that goes, man. I definitely appreciate your opinion.
Yeah, for sure, man. Donnie, look, man, make sure this Sunday I'm gonna be there in
Okay.
Westchester. When I'm throwing you that pocket pass, you better knock that shit down, all right? You better knock that shit down because if you don't,
I-
you know where you're gonna end up
I'm not
at.
gonna get the ball anymore.
You ain't gonna get that shit no more, all right? You're gonna end up right on the bench. You're gonna take yourself out. We're gonna try
There
again
you
next
go.
game.
Your Steph Curry will be right on the
Yeah.
bench.
All
uh,
right,
All right,
man,
Trey, man. I appreciate you joining us
I'll get
from
back
the
to you
car.
soon. All right, I'll talk
Thank
to
you,
y'all,
Trey.
man.
Support, dude. I love it. Thank you.
Man, he's always grilling me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a high bar with Trey. It's actually kind of a good thing. He always holds his friends and everybody to kind of a high standard.
Yeah. Do you want to hop off and try to call Mike really quick,
Yeah, we could.
and then come back to the show? I'll just kind of fill in people while you're gone for a couple
You
seconds.
want me to
And
call him? Yeah.
yeah, let's just shoot him a call and see if he's going to join us. Because if not, we can bring on another guest and
Yep.
start asking questions and
Yep. Be right back.
going through that. All right. All right, guys. So as Donnie's doing that, I just wanted to fill everyone in this weekend for those audience that doesn't know. We're having our first 16-inch softball tournament in the GoPro Sports Dome in Shorewood. That location is at 1425 or 14285 South County Line Road. Basically, that's off 52 and 55. Using Harlem and 55 as a mid-center point, it's about a 35-minute ride from there, straight up 55. For those that don't know where it's at, I know many of us know from a major perspective. We played softball in Joliet this past year in previous major nationals. Basically, when you get off at 55, you're making a right-hand turn and not a left-hand turn, and you go down a mile and a half, and we're right in the middle of the cornfield. So you really can't miss us. You run right into the location. It's lit up very well. Once again, I know part of the building is under construction, but the rest of the site is pretty much done, so that's a good thing. If you are attending, please bring folding chairs this Friday night, just because we do tend to have more people than normal in the dome, especially with 8 teams there. Other things going on. I have no problem with people bringing coolers in. Let's just please respect the place. Obviously, clean up after ourselves. I will have garbages and things like that laid out. I think people will really enjoy the field once they see it. It is a little bit different than what we're used to playing in Rosemont. It is a bigger field. 235 down the left field line, about 250 to 260 in left center, 300 to dead center. Right center is about 245, 250, and down the right field line's about 215. So we will have a home run limit down the right field line. I'll explain that, and also explain that before the games. It will be a 2 home run limit, just in a certain part of it. If anything's to the right of it or to the left of it, it would be unlimited. So if people are putting them out at 240, 245 in the dome with pressured air, God bless you. You guys will be able to have more than enough unlimited home runs and so on. So, like I said, it's going to be an exciting night. We have 8 quality teams. The first game of the night is Signature versus Sauce at 7 p.m. The 8 o'clock game is Circus versus Menace. The winner of those 2 games will play at 9 o'clock. The 10 o'clock game is Hex versus Meatball City. The 11 o'clock game is High Y versus BTA. The 2 winners of those games will play at midnight. And then, unfortunately, the winner from 10 o'clock would have to sit and watch 3 games. But unfortunately, that's just the way we have to do it. And then the championship will be at 1 o'clock. So, once again, this is this Friday night. I do plan on running more tournaments. This is the first one that we're going to be running. So this is definitely the first one that we can um, basically, test the waters, see how it goes. Not everything's going to be perfect, as you can imagine, but I definitely think that moving forward, we will iron those, kinks out and then have a wonderful and great time with tournaments and so on. So for the leagues as well right now, the leagues itself, basically I got 6 and 6 on the co-ed and 6 on the B side. No major, no A teams have actually reached out, I'm assuming because they think it's too far or whatever the case may be, or maybe some just are looking forward to this weekend to get the word out and how the facility is. So I do know it's a top-notch facility. We put a lot of hard work, a lot of effort into the place. I think the feedback so far has been absolutely tremendous. So I think a lot of you guys are going to see what that is about this Friday, and hopefully you guys will hear positive feedback. And then as we continue to move forward, more construction will be completed. We'll have a bar attached to it eventually, party rooms. I'll have golf simulators, poker machines, slot machines, you name it. We'll be able to have all that in the facility. And moving forward, that part of the business probably will not happen. My guess right now, we're probably 3 months out, maybe. We're getting closer, but we're still a good 3 months out. So, once again, guys, just for the people joining on or jumping on, we're waiting for Donnie. Our guest tonight had a little issues getting on the site. Unfortunately, he is trying to get on as we speak. But I'm going to go to the audience right now and welcome some of our guests. Enrique, and welcome. Jimmy, he's watching, so invite him on. All right. So Roberto, welcome. Clarence, welcome. Nick McKenney, welcome. Bill, welcome. Will Dyer, welcome. Jack, welcome. BJ Hefner, welcome. Mike Cruz, welcome. Ryan Walker, welcome. Richie Battistoni, welcome to the show. Corey Blakely, welcome. So guys, I mean, it's awesome. It's going to be an incredible night. We're all excited for Friday. So I hopefully I hear good feedback. Luke, welcome. Danny, welcome. Bill, welcome. So unfortunately, Donnie, I do not see him on here. So I'm going to send an invite now. So sorry guys for the little delay tonight. Unfortunately, our guest is having issues joining the feed, and unfortunately, he's not in the feed. So, Donnie, he's going to have to request on his own, Donnie, in order to get on. I do not see him on here. So, and he's not, unfortunately, not in the chat either. So, yep. Preston, welcome. While we're waiting for them, guys, I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm going to bring another guest on. So a gentleman I see on here quite a bit, hopefully he's available to chat. I know that he's on our show pretty much every week. So I'm going to see if Bill can join us. No, he cannot join us. Let's see. Enrique, PJ, Jairus, Matt Menizzi. I'm looking for Robbie. I know Robbie's always out there. Let's see if Robbie will join. I know we had him on before. We had to cut him short, so let's see if Robbie will join really quick. I know Robbie's always out there doing something. So as these guys trying to figure out how to join, maybe I can have a little conversation with Robbie while Donnie's getting on as well. So yeah, guys, once again, we apologize, but we do not want to end the feed tonight just because Mike's having issues. Right now, Donnie is out there trying to help him get on, and unfortunately, he is not on my window in regards to bringing him to the show. So, as we sit here and wait, guys, I do apologize. We were supposed to have Mike in sports tonight. Mike, and he's having, I guess, computer or technical issues. So I do not see him. Hey, Mike, will you join us next week? Having trouble with the Facebook login. So, Donnie, I don't know where you're at, Donnie, but if you can hop back on, I would appreciate it. Donnie's having some connection. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Hey, Kurt, how you guys doing? I'm just waiting for Donnie to hop back on really quick. I know we have some guests in the lineup here. So unfortunately, our guest tonight, he's having technical issues. I guess he can't figure out how to join, unfortunately. So I'm going to bring Donnie back on here now, and we will. So he's just having issues, huh? He can't figure it out.
Yeah, he tried to jump on the phone, just having some technical problems, but he really tried. He's trying really hard.
Really?
He's doing it on the laptop in the garage. You can't see your notifications right now, but he was pretty bummed that he's not going to be able to make it on. But he's pumped to be on the show, and he's gonna be a really really good guest when he does come on here.
All right. Well, we're going to go to. We're going to see if I see an, Kurt's out there
Oh
from.
boy, sounds good. Hi Preston. Preston's on there.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to bring Kurt on. Let's see if he wants to join us.
Yeah.
Um,
Is Joel gonna be close too?
yeah, I don't see Joel. Joel should be joining us here
Joel,
shortly. So
Joel goes to bed pretty early. I know that.
yeah, he does.
He's not
So
a night owl. He's not a night owl.
that's what he was saying. He's definitely not. So, but what do we got to talk about? So unfortunately, our guest. I know we had a lot of planned for this guy.
Yeah, no problem. He says he's sorry to everybody. Before he hung up, he said, "Keep promoting the game." I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he'll be once for next week. He's gonna be great. He's motivated. He's just gonna figure it out with his son this week, and he'll have plenty of time to come next week. Okay.
Perfect. Who do you want to bring on this week? Unfortunately,
What about Bruce? Bruce, Kurt, whoever you want.
All right, let's see if Bruce can. Let's see if I can get Bruce here.
I think Mel Hefner's in the chat, or BJ Hefner in the chat. Trey's always giving me crap about my drag step. He thinks I take too many steps on the mound.
He always does.
Bruce, you're really killing us lately.
If he can't join.
No.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I mean, we could try to get one more person on. Let's see.
We're not giving up. This is the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show.
No,
okay?
we're
We
not.
don't give up.
Not giving up for sure. One of the things actually while you were gone, I was telling them about the tournament and how excited people have been. I know we've been fielding a lot of calls on certain things throughout the week. But I actually was telling them about the leagues because I've got about 6 and 6 now, 6 co-ed for 14-inch, and then about 6 for the B. If I can get to 8 to 8, I will definitely have both leagues. But if I don't get to 8 and 8, I don't think it's worth it. You know what I mean? So
You're just gonna end up playing the same teams a lot of times, and
well, yeah, and then just because it's not really unfortunate. It's not really great to have 6 teams and then driving out and doubleheaders and stuff like that. So if I can get 8 and 8, I mean, over the course of the winter, you don't want to be playing every single week. You know what I mean? With weather and everything else.
Bruce says send the invite.
All right.
I love Bruce.
Yeah.
He's a big supporter of the show too.
He is. I just sent him the invite. So
Robbie, I'm actually gonna stream one of the games. I'll be doing a stream.
What's
Brucey!
up, boys?
Hey.
what's up, my man?
How you guys doing?
Good, man. Well, we were supposed to have the gentleman from Mike and Sports on tonight, but he was having some computer issues and he couldn't join us, so he was
Yeah, no,
kinda all bummed out.
I was actually watching you guys and I saw that. So
You watch all the shows, Bruce. I appreciate you.
yeah, I'm a big supporter.
You
So,
are.
Bruce, so you're filling in tonight for us, and I know that you got a lot of big things coming ahead.
Yes, sir.
But in the meantime, I mean, we'd like to hear your opinions a little bit on what's going on. I know we tried to bring you on
Right.
last week.
You were
I
in the
know
shower last week.
Yeah,
it was.
Bruce, you and I go way back.
Yeah.
So, just tell me a little bit about
How come
softball.
How come I never played on one of your teams, Jimmy?
I don't run teams,
No,
Bruce.
I
I just play for them.
know, I know, I know. I'm just messing around. But I like to
But
get on I like to get on a winning team one of these times, I need a national championship or another UMO championship, something,
there you go.
I'm just
Everyone's
Now,
on,
messing with
now,
you.
everyone's on this.
now you're
I
talking.
want to be like Donnie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what the hell?
Donnie just wants to join teams so he can win. Look
Yeah,
at him.
that's it.
Right.
Man, that sounds
Nah, that's good
awesome.
I mean,
I'm happy
Bruce,
for
it
Donnie.
ain't because
Thank,
Bruce, it ain't because of his hair. Trust
it's
me.
gotta
Let's
be.
be real.
Got beautiful hair.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
It's just like my son's Brucey's hair. You get
He does have
nice young hair still. Yeah.
little Brucey has
yeah.
very nice. Or he
So
doesn't get it from you though.
No.
So Bruce, we're doing this on the fly because we prep for obviously Mike to join us tonight, and he's not here. But
Right.
so tell me a little bit about softball from when you started to when it is now. What do you think the difference is? Is it good or bad? What's your opinion on that?
You know what? I actually started playing. What was it? Probably about 15, 16.
Yeah,
And I played for a church league. It was a Northside church league, and that's when Pancha and Donald saw me from Lemons.
yeah,
So they saw me and they were like, you know what? We want to bring this young kid and play with us. So I played with them, and it was great. I mean, to come to this level and play from that point, it was crazy, man. I was like a young kid. I hadn't, I didn't know that softball was this big, and I was like, damn, this is pretty cool.
right.
So I played, and then from there, I just kept playing and, stuff like that.
Hey Donnie, is he running on the treadmill?
No,
What do you think he's
Yo,
doing?
what are you doing?
sorry,
You're moving around.
I get a little sentimental when I talk about Ponch and
Yeah.
growing up and stuff,
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
it's
I know Ponch was a huge
he
supporter.
did a lot
I know
for us, yeah.
he did a lot for you guys. I remember that. I remember Ponch. He
Right.
was a great dude for everything that he did for you guys. And
Yeah,
I
no, he was
know.
great. But anyways, yeah, I so when I started playing, I played the church league. So I think so like to answer your question that you always ask people at the end, I think like to change the game and stuff like that, I think you start with schools and you go to like these schools and try to make more school games, for younger kids see this.
So,
And I think you
so,
grow the game like that.
so Donnie, is Bruce asking my question to himself? Is that what he's doing?
Right.
Listen, he
Because
already
I'm
knew.
already ahead of the game, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Come on, anything I do.
he knew the question was coming, Jimmy,
You
and
know
he
what
was
I'm
already
saying?
prepped for it.
But
He had
yeah,
it
so like I started at a young age, so I think if we make this game with younger people and schools and stuff like that, I think it will help. But
Yeah.
it takes people like us to basically do that. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's
Right.
just gonna go start 16 inch at schools.
Right. Right.
So, but
So,
it's kind of hard for people because everybody got jobs, kids.
right.
So
So I
that's why
see
it's kind of
Pops
hard.
joined. Pops, have your brother join the feed so we can invite him to the last
Sorry
segment.
Yeah.
He's part of our
about that.
last segment. But no,
I
Bruce,
was in my feelings talking, man. I'm
I
sorry.
understand, man. And I
We like that.
appreciate that, dude. Come from the heart, man. That's what we love.
Right.
We appreciate
So,
the emotion. Like it's soft.
Yeah.
Like we all care about softball a lot.
you know,
But
it's funny because I always get it like grown men, they probably, most of them don't cry about like certain things in
right.
life, but when it comes to sports and certain things that we do, it's like we get
Right.
teared up about it, which is crazy.
Well,
So,
we're with the guys every day. It's like more than our family, so it's like
Yeah.
it grows with you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It grows with you, and it's something that we just, you enjoy to do personally. Obviously, families first,
right,
but at the same time,
right.
I know exactly what you mean by that.
Yeah, it's like everybody's their brother out there. You know what I'm saying? They were
Yeah.
playing with. You know.
So Bruce, what's a good piece of advice you can give my guy Donnie here, who's young and still
Well, he's
trying
got a good
to?
team. He plays out with Signature, so that's good.
Great. That's half the battle.
Right. I never played with a team like Signature,
Yeah.
but I got an Impact shirt though.
Yeah.
There you go.
That impact team used to be
Yeah.
loaded though. When you got
Yeah.
that was a
We had
solid.
a good team.
Um, that's funny you say that, Jim. I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask Bruce. I used to watch Bruce play when I was like 5 years old at Harrison Park
Right.
because he used to play against my dad.
Yeah, that was
And
back in the day
he used
too.
to
That
hit
was great.
used to hit bomb home runs into the pool off the top of the pool at
You
Harrison
you
Park.
you'll see that in a couple years again. Don't worry.
Yeah, and
Jimmy knows what I'm talking about.
I want to see
Oh
that.
yeah.
We'll get into that another day, though.
That's when
Oh
Harrison
yeah.
was all different too. It was all dirt and it was all
Right.
infield dirt, and you would slide and get beat up. And yeah, I seen Bruce hit some of the farthest balls I've ever seen. Bruce, what were some of those like? what teams were those, and how do they kind of compare to what you're doing now?
Uh, you're talking about the teams that was what, like
You
a
know, what?
Harrison?
Yeah, what team was that? Were you with the
The
compadres
Padres,
back then?
yeah. It
Yeah,
was the Compadres.
pretty well.
And Bam Bam ran it. Yeah, no, it was pretty
Yeah,
good. He was a good coach. You know, he coached like Temmie Kornikowski, me, Jimmy, Danny. So we had a nice core of guys, you
yeah,
know. And we won a lot of championships with him. Yeah, no, it was great, man. I mean, it was beautiful. Danny got off.
Yeah, Donnie's. I think he's having issues with his
He's got
foot.
boost. He's got boost mobile. That's why, man.
I know. He's totally got Bruce Mobile.
Jim,
I'm bringing him back. I'm bringing him back
Jim,
on now. I don't know.
Jimmy's got to get you a Verizon phone or a
Hey,
Sprint
listen,
phone,
I,
man.
I gotta I gotta upgrade his Boost Mobile phone.
we need
You know.
we need sponsors now
I know.
for this show because
So
We'll
this
figure that
guy.
out though. But yeah, Harrison Park
Yeah,
guys was a blast, and
yeah,
back in the day used to be a lot of crazy, like just games and people watching. It was like, man, it was beautiful out there, man.
right.
yeah.
So Bruce, I know you played on the Fat Kids, I believe, last
Yes,
season.
sir.
Um, what does the Fat Kids have in store for this upcoming year? Because I haven't heard much about them.
To be honest with you, Noach is handling all that
Yeah,
stuff. So yeah, I really don't know much. I'm not really
yeah.
up to scoop, you know.
Nothing. No new pickups. Nothing you
Yeah,
want to share with us. Everything's secret
yeah.
on in the
There's,
fucking
no,
in the
no,
Fat
there's no
Kids world.
there's no secrets. I think we kept mostly everybody. Um,
Yep.
I'm sure he's gonna make a couple pickups, you know, but I don't know if it's gonna be like major pickups or like a guys just to try
Yeah.
to fill some holes that we're gonna miss. You know what I mean?
Right.
Lost,
So I
lost
really don't know what he got
Villa.
up his sleeve. He's kind of quiet on that with me. It's
I
kind of
hear
like
you.
what you guys were talking about earlier with Trey. You know,
Yeah.
there's stuff that he knows and I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, he
Right.
never tells me.
Hey, Bruce, look at this
That's
sweatshirt.
nice. Mine's had red in it though, Jimmy.
My,
So
no,
that's
this
not
is
mine.
yours. I got this from you.
Oh, that was the original one.
Yeah.
That
Man,
was 2015, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Holy
dude.
moly, you're right. I did
Yeah,
make that.
this is the original one.
That's the original one.
I
Yeah.
found it in my closet. I'm like, dude, I'm breaking it out tonight because
I put a little
I'm gonna be on a live stream with Bruce. I want to
right.
show it off.
I put a,
I
I
knew
put
it.
a, I put a little red in it now.
I know you put a little red in it. That's you got to go back to this one, man.
Yeah,
This
that's a
stuff.
nice one. I like that black and silver.
Yeah. So,
It's like the Raiders
but
colors.
Donnie, you got any questions for my guy Bruce?
well, kind of covered it. I was gonna ask him. He's played softball his whole life. I was gonna ask kind of what the game means. Are you gonna be out there on Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
Bruce,
I'll be
playing
out
that tournament?
there. Yeah, I'll be out
That,
there.
that's what I was gonna ask
Yeah,
you.
everybody have a drink.
Yeah,
Jimmy should come out.
that's a great tournament.
Jimmy, you coming out, Jimmy?
When is this the one at Harrison?
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
Harrison.
And that's the Thursday morning
Yeah.
early,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Put your name in the hat.
That's a good
We do.
time.
Me and my family, we do this bowling with Timmy Peters' family,
Okay.
Okay.
and all the kids get together, and so we
Yeah,
have like our own
that's
tradition
cool.
with bowling.
Yeah, if you got
Jimmy
you
would
got
love
something
to
going
play
already.
softball.
Oh, Jimmy
I
won't.
would.
Jimmy wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, I would love to play softball,
I mean,
but
I
yeah, I
couldn't.
don't.
I couldn't tell you how many parties and weddings I missed because of softball, man. I miss my own birthday to go play softball, or my mom's birthday is crazy. The
Yeah.
stuff we do for the game. I mean,
It,
that's the other thing. I don't, like when I was growing up, I don't think a lot of these people are the same anymore. Like me or maybe a few guys in softball. Maybe you probably only got like 20-30% of them kind of guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
well,
the
yeah,
commitment's hard,
right.
But I feel
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm a man of my word. So if I tell somebody something, I got to be there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's how it's been on my whole career. I've been playing for like 20 years. So
Yeah.
Right. No, I agree. It's the commitment level nowadays. I feel is just completely different from what it used to
right.
be. So,
No, it is. It's hurting the game a little bit too. That.
yep. No, I agree. Well, Bruce, I mean, I think you answered my question. I
He
was
did.
going to ask you the final
Was
question.
that
So,
another one?
Bruce, do you have any questions for us, my man?
Do I have any questions for you? No, just keep looking
Yeah,
beautiful,
me
guys.
or
Just
or
keep looking
Donnie.
beautiful, guys. You guys are the best looking guys. Keep up the good work. I'm glad everything you guys do, and
Yeah.
make softball great again, guys. Keep up the good work.
I mean, that's our goal. I appreciate that. I mean, not that it's bad. We always just gotta have a new flavor once in a while.
Right?
So,
Yeah, I really don't have any questions, man.
It's all right. That means we're doing our
Yeah,
job.
you guys are doing your job. You guys are doing great.
so Nick
Yeah.
McConney says, "Are they invited to No Glove?" Does he mean the fat kids? if the fat kids were in No Glove last year.
Yeah, I think we went 0-2 though.
Yeah. So yeah, that answers Nick McKenney's question if that's what he's talking
So
about. But
we got
yeah,
we got to play hard again like we played. This year we played pretty good.
yeah.
Adam Olson
We had a
says,
good year. We couldn't win first, Jimmy. We won second place in everything, man. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's crazy. Some park leagues I won second and everything too. I'm like, I can't get past first. I need Jimmy and Donnie on my team, man.
well,
I need that. I need that good swinging lefty and that nice right-handed cut ball.
yes, that's
I
great.
mean, hey, Jimmy was on fire, man. I haven't saw that guy making out in a long time. And I'm not just rubbing his balls. He hits, man. Jimmy, I can't. You turned into a great hitter, man, over the
I
years.
appreciate that, my man.
Yeah, and Donnie's getting better too. Everybody's starting to see it now with Siggy.
Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah.
Our heads are huge right
Yeah.
now, Bruce. Our heads are huge.
I'm trying to teach this man. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
You just got to teach him that cup ball, and that's automatic. I mean, I know you
that's
bat like
the
1,000. I know you bat 1,000 in Yuma.
you know, yeah,
You got to be at a 980, 970.
yeah, Yuma's a good time. So we have a blast out in Yuma. Nate and I usually have a little bet, and so it's been awesome. We have a blast. It's one of the best trips of the entire year.
Oh, it's the best, yeah.
I usually see you at the taco place after Saturday night.
Why are you telling everybody?
Yeah,
man?
I know.
You're just airing out his laundry right now.
Yeah,
Jimmy's getting his donuts and coffee in the morning. Don't worry, guys. I'll tell his secret still. He's come back from Dunkin' Donuts with a whole munchkin bag of like 50 of them.
That's right. That's why we're here. That's how I get this figure, my man. I love it. So
there you go.
All right, well, I love you guys. You guys try to bring somebody else on.
There you go.
I can't be too loud in here. I got the kids sleeping.
I appreciate you, Bruce, jumping on, filling some time.
For sure.
And Mike, unfortunately, couldn't get on tonight. So thank you, buddy.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Love
you guys
you,
are
man.
doing great. All right, love
Talk
you
to you
guys.
soon,
Be
Bruce.
good, boys. All right, bye-bye.
Drew Lady commented, "I'm coming for that ass, Jimmy."
I saw that. You know what? Mr. Matt Dosen just joined the feed.
That'd be a good one.
You know what? I'm going to try to bring on Matt really quick and see if he wants to join.
I like this. This is kind of a fun little format. I know we've had, like we said, Mike earlier, but Joel can't find the stream. We're just making with what we have tonight.
Joel's got to go to my page.
Oh, does he know that?
It's on my personal page. Tell him, Jimmy Ralph.
Told Pop. Is Pop still watching?
I don't know. I can tell you right now who's still watching. Let's see. I know. I just invited Matt Dosen.
That'd be a solid one. I got some questions for him about this year.
See if he'll join. I don't know if he's going to be able to. I mean, he's probably God knows what he's doing.
He's being important somewhere.
Yeah, not watching us too. But yeah, Joel. So what we wanted to do. I'm at a bar in Northern Iowa. A bartender would love to come on.
That's entertaining.
But problem is that Drew. Let's see. Hold on. This would be a first, huh?
At the bar? Well, other than the very first show. That would be great.
I'll tell you right now, Drew will accept that invite in a heartbeat. I just sent it to him.
He would.
You ain't gonna be able,
This might.
we're not going to be able to hear him, but
Right.
God forbid, right? So I feel like we're going all over the world tonight for softball, which is incredible.
We're good. We're doing all right.
I know.
Hey,
Mike.
Abby. Nice to shy. Come on, Abby, come here.
Are you
Talk
there
to
by
my Uncle
yourself,
Jimmy.
Drew? Are you closing that place down?
No, I'm with my uncle and my dad.
Oh, what's
We're
up,
watching
boys?
the Hawks game, and we're up pheasant
Well-
hunting.
Welcome to the Uncle
Abby.
Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show.
Come say hi. Oh, there she goes
Drew,
running again.
I don't think she wants any piece of you, Drew.
And I apologize, guys. Abby, this is a big show. This is like thousands of people in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands, right?
So
Drew?
here's the best part. Matt Dosen from the Moneyline team is actually going to join us right now, too, which is incredible. So
You still want me on?
This is great. Look
this
at
is
this.
awesome. Look at this.
Hey, I tell you right now, some of the best looking guys in softball.
I agree.
All right, you ain't lying.
Finally.
Hey, Drew, go hang out with your family. We'll bring you back on since you couldn't deliver on the bartender.
Hey, Abby might get back on. Abby, this is like a big deal in Chicago. You got to get on. Hey, I'm in Esterville, Iowa right now at Woody's Pizza. It's a big deal.
All right. See,
We're
so the
guys
next
up here
segment.
resident on a family trip. I'll get her on. I'll get her on.
All right, man. We'll bring you back on shortly. We're going to talk to Maddie.
Bye.
Unbelievable.
All right, Matt. So we have, unfortunately, our original guest couldn't make the show tonight. He just couldn't figure out how to get on.
No problem.
So we've just been kind of going around the horn, talking to people about softball. That's what we do. One of our segments on our show now that Rumor Mill is kind of gone is we're actually going to be bringing on a business owner at the end of every show to talk about their business and really talk about just what they do for their business. So I know that you run a mortgage business. I mean, that's pretty much what it is with Guaranteed Rate. Why don't you tell the fans and tell the people that follow us what you do for a living?
Sure. Well, for the past 25 years, I've been a loan originator, mortgage in the mortgage industry. Been with Guaranteed Rate here for the last decade or so, and it's just I got in at a really great time back in the late 90s when the real estate market just took off. Been through a couple of really nice refinance booms, but this is the toughest market I've ever been in my 25 years or so, with interest rates being quite high, highest they've been since the late 90s when I got into the business.
Right.
Inventories are low, prices have been skyrocketing, so it's not a great combination for buyers in today's market. But we're I've got a great assistant. Josephine's my business development coordinator, and she's my right hand person.
Yeah.
And we're just grinding it out, trying to develop some more relationships with realtors and other professionals out there. And excuse me. So we're just trying to keep our heads down, working hard, and hopefully make some hay here at the end of the year. A little bit of rate drop the past couple of days. We're back into the mid sevens now after being above 8%.
Oh, nice. So that's what I was just going to ask you. Why don't you tell? So just for some people that are just jumping on, because I see a bunch. So usually at this part of the show, Donnie and we usually have Rumor Mill, but now that softball's kind of free agent period is pretty much over, we have created a new episode, which is basically bring a business on and promote the person that runs that business. So Matt Dosen here, he works for Guaranteed Rate. He is a mortgage originator, and he's been doing it, as he just mentioned, for 25 years. So what could you possibly, Matt, I know you obviously really well personally and things like that, but for people that don't know you well, what could you share with the people out there, and how you would, or what's the steps look like to refinance or possibly purchase a home, or if there's a piece of advice, what would that be?
Well, I know we have a lot of young softball players out there that are just getting, started in their professional careers. Maybe, have a girlfriend, starting to think about buying their first property. Credit, Jimmy, credit is king.
Yep.
I always say after God and family and your health and your friends, credit comes next, because when you have excellent credit, when you set yourself up with an excellent credit profile, great credit scores, you're going to save yourself tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout the life of your loan, whether you're buying cars or whether you're buying property, by having excellent credit scores. So if you haven't started your credit profile, try to get a credit card. Doesn't have to be a huge credit limit. You can start off, $500 limit or a $250 limit at a Target or a Walmart or a Kohl's, or go to your bank and try to get a credit card from your bank. But you have to establish credit and do your very best to keep your balances low. If you can pay them off every month, do that. But you have to have credit, and it's sometimes it sounds counterintuitive to have credit, to be buying on credit, but It builds up your score. If you're paying cash for everything, you're never going to build up your credit score. Thus, your interest rates on, again, the car or property is always going to be a lot higher, and
Sure.
you're just not doing yourself a service. So for younger people out there, and even for people that are my age,
Right.
just do everything you can, even when times are difficult. Try to, limit the balances on your credit card. You want to stay under 30% if possible, but at the least you don't want to go above 50% of your credit limit of whatever on that card. If you have $1,000
Right.
limit, you don't want to hold a balance over $500. So credit. If I could drill anything into people's heads out there, try to maintain excellent credit scores. It's going to save yourself a lot of money over your life.
Awesome.
Jimmy,
That's a great piece of
hey,
advice.
just to
Huh?
kind of get away from that for a sec. I want to talk about money line for a moment. If
Yeah.
we're talking about money, right? We're talking about cash.
The real
Yeah.
business. You want to talk about real business now, right, Donnie?
Yeah.
Listen,
So,
all that stuff is secondary to me. Let's talk about the offseason that Moneyline put together. You want to talk about some of these pickups for you guys this year?
Well, I don't think it's a secret now that my son Marty has decided to come home, so
Yep.
to speak,
Rumorville.
and
Rumor.
play.
We broke the year first, by the way.
You guys broke it.
Yeah.
So, it's for the obvious reasons. It's just going to be great to have him around all summer again, and now with his daughter, my granddaughter, to be able to see her at games, and his wife Bailey, that's going to make the summer that much more enjoyable. But I think everybody at this point knows the talent that Marty has, and the
look.
exuberance he plays with, and he brings a little bit of a swagger, and he's a really good athlete,
Yeah.
and with a really high ceiling. So Marty would help any team out there.
Yep.
And then Eric, aka Ricky Davis, who I've always been a big fan of, somebody that just kind of for some reason flies under the radar in the softball realm, but I think everybody that plays against him kind of knows what a grinder he is, what a great teammate he is, how hard he plays, how much he cares. He shows up every game. He's
Right.
one of the best left fielders in the game. And so he's going to help us tremendously. So that's where we're at right now. And, we got our full team coming back from last year, which I thought was a good year. It wasn't a great year, but it was a good year considering it was a true combination of two teams combining. So really great guys. I had a lot of fun this past year hanging out with those guys. And then, of course, my bankroll team, I'm hoping to have everybody back with that team. And we had a successful year. We played in 3 8 tournaments, and we finished top 4 in all 3 8 tournaments. So it was a really great year, enjoyable year. I got to play, I got to coach, I got to play with my sons.
So is that
adding
the same team that beat Moneyline at the National this past year?
Yes, it was. Yes, it
It's
was.
that bankroll team. Okay, just want to make sure.
I can honestly say that I did not enjoy that. I enjoyed the win. I enjoyed the win for my team, for my bankroll team. I was happy for my team. Don't get me wrong. I was very happy for my team, but I did not enjoy it because it was just a difficult situation. But as I explained to my Moneyline guys, I feel like I still have a few years left to play, and I didn't want to take another year where I wasn't playing. And
Right.
I got a chance to play with bankroll a little bit, and it kind of scratched my itch, playing at the A level last year.
No, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, especially, and don't forget, you also have 2 sons on that team too, which I think people don't even understand.
Right.
So, one of the reasons why you pretty much run that
And
team,
my brother, and my brother was on the team.
and your brother, yeah, and your brother was a key part of it. He's also on Moneyline too, but he's more of a coach on Moneyline now, But he could definitely step in and get a clutch hit when needed.
He did in Forest Park.
He did.
We don't finish fourth unless Marty gets the big 2-out hit after Nick got a big 2-out double against the old timer, and we tied it, and then Chris started a big home run right after that. So Marty's a guy that's he's not going to shy away from the big moment. He's been there before. He's done that, and the guys love having him around on the Moneyline team just because of his experience and the fact that he's seen everything that there is to see in softball.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
that was an awesome
Go ahead, Donnie.
game to. I actually did the live stream for that game at Forest Park. That was a hell of a game. That you guys were that hot at the beginning of the tournament, and then kind of ran into that old timers team that was also swinging the bats well and hit with them that whole game. That was a fun game.
Jimmy, I know that you and I've been playing long enough to. It's really the Iowa teams now.
Yeah.
It used to be with the glove off. It was the major teams. The chances were very high that they were going to win those games.
Yeah.
But now with the Iowa teams, they're just they're almost, I shouldn't say almost, they are at the same level as the other major teams now playing without the glove. They make the plays. Obviously, they hit as good as any teams, and there's no pushover when you're playing any of the Iowa teams. And then now you had the Iowa teams that came to the A Nationals. They finished 1-2. So.
We just had
Uh,
my guy Drew on as you were
yeah,
jumping on.
I, I, I saw Drew, and I talked to Kirk at the Hall of Fame dinner, and he told me that they are going to be. It looks like they are going to be combining Chuck's and Oldtimer.
Yeah, that's a
So
done deal. So
yeah.
I know Drew's out enjoying himself with his dad and his family right now, and he wanted to jump on our show because he's just a big time fan of ours. We love Drew; he's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a done deal. Drew told me that they're 100% combining.
That's a
which
very
is
strong team.
It's going to be very scary for a lot of teams in softball because they're going to add 3 or 4 quality hitters to that Chucks team, and it's going to be and 2 or 3 guys that are extremely well defensively. So yeah, you better watch out for them this year. That's for sure.
Yeah, the major level's going to be in good shape this year. Eight teams. There are some good 8 teams that are coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
even the major teams, when they play them, they better be playing at their best.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to it. I know you've got your league going, and thank you for stepping in there, Jimmy, and doing all that you do, because you already have a full slate and you're just adding to it now in your life. I was just telling you how nuts you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
But me personally, it's going to be nice to just to decompress because, again, running 2 teams and playing in all the leagues I played in and all the tournaments, having 2 or 3 or 4 months to decompress, kind of, put a game plan together for next year is going to help me personally.
Yeah.
So I'll be out watching, but I'm kind of glad I'm not going to be, on the field for a few months here.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know you mentioned that. I have a lot of help though. We got a lot of staff over at GoPro. We run a league and things like that. I got people that are going to be there, so it's not like I got to be there every night. But we don't know. I mean, we're as earlier tonight when we were trying to get Mike on from Mike in Sports, he basically I was telling the fans and people watching that we only got 6 teams right now on the co-ed and the softball side. Do we get to 8? Yeah, maybe. If we do, great. I mean, we'll only have 2 or 3 nights a week, so it won't be too bad. But once my bar establishment and everything else opens, it's my wife's going to be a part of that, and it's going to be a lot of fun from a standpoint of my kids and just everything else too that goes with it. I'm looking down the road as they get a little older too.
Sure.
Just with travel sports and certain other things that we were involved in, I think it's going to be awesome. So.
Well, I think that, like with my father, when I growing up, I didn't have travel. So the fathers weren't as involved as they are right now with coaching their kids. Let's put it that way. So it's a little bit different now where, you're getting to the point where your kids will be playing travel coming up here in a couple of years. So your softball is going to take, it's going to be you'll be playing second fiddle to the travel, kind of how I was when my boys were playing.
Yeah.
But if you stay in good enough shape, once they get done with their travel, you come back and you're full time again with softball.
Yeah.
But I commend you, Jim, with all that you've got going on in your life, the way you stay connected with the game and what you're doing, and we'll talk more tomorrow on the links when we tee off with Eric and Nick. So that'll be a fun afternoon.
Yes, it will. It's going to be a blast. So I'm looking forward to that as
Are you
well.
guys playing a little golf tomorrow?
Little golf.
Where at?
Yeah, that's Jimmy and I. We're not so much summer golf. We're fall golf. We're usually 10 to 15 rounds. Once softball season ends.
Where do you guys play?
We're gonna play in at Fox Run, I believe.
Yeah. All right.
So with Eric Mandarino and Nick Grailber. What's that?
You as to tomorrow, I think you're trying to tie up the score, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah, I'm down one. You're up. You're up. Yeah, we. You
Yeah.
got me the last two times. I folded. I folded like a tent the last time. Hey, Donnie, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do with Signature this year? What
Yeah.
are your expectations going into the season, and what have you seen so far from your teammates? Have you guys gotten together, had any kind of meetings with the whole
It's a good
team?
question. First of all, I appreciate even being asked to be out there, right? I haven't played at that major level yet, so just kind of making the jump up there is pretty cool to kind of have that feeling. And then I'm excited for this year. It's a really good group of guys. I haven't, we haven't done anything like as a team yet. Or the first time we're really all going to get together is Friday. So, introducing some of those new guys to everybody, get the team chemistry going this week will be big. Expectations, we want to go and we want to win, right? Signature always being competitive in tournaments. Expectations for myself, just try and play as much as we can and really kind of take advantage of when I'm out there. And I know I've got a nice little pitcher role with them, and I don't want to play money line because I have about an 800 ERA against money line. So those games will let somebody else pitch. But I'm excited. I know I'm really looking forward to it, and playing behind a really good defense, and that makes the pitchers look a whole lot better, right, Jimmy?
You ain't lying on that. Donnie, I don't mean to cut you off, but
All right.
we must have had a guy's ears ringing right now because Ricky Davis just joined the
Oh
feed.
boy. There you
And
go.
he must have got a call from somebody letting him know that his coach was talking him high praise.
His coach was really raising him up.
So why Ricky Davis is on the feed? I want him to put in the chat. How long until Brian Davis joins
That's
Moneyline? Because
great question.
that little ball is hanging right up there above the Moneyline head, and that's going to be the next move that Moneyline makes, Donnie. Just so
I
you know.
I know it's coming. I know that our guest has the lure in the water.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Brian to bite on it.
All right, Matt. So I got a couple questions for you. I know Donnie's got one more, but my question to you is I know you've played softball a long time. And kind of when you look at today's game of where we're at the major level, you mentioned the major level is going to be a little better this year than what it's probably been in some years past. But tell me the difference if you were to say, because we always hear about how the late 90s, early 2000s, and 80s and things like that were tremendous from a fan perspective, obviously minus social media days. What's the difference between then and now?
Well, I think I touched on it a little bit. I think travel sports is just, it's time consuming. Both parents are involved a lot of the times. So, and if a mom's taken one kid to one travel game, then the father's got to take kid to the other travel game, or watch the other two little kids that are home.
Right.
So
Right.
it's just I think that's really swallowed up a lot of the softball players' time. And
Right.
I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just the way it is now. And I don't know if it's ever going to go back. It's just, and it's not just travel baseball. It's softball, it's volleyball, it's basketball, and these sports are all year round now.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's ever going to go back to where, like when I first started playing, when I was in my teens, I was playing with my father. We would play 2 nights a week, doubleheaders at 2 different parks, and then we would play 2 other leagues on single nights,
Right.
and then we would play tournaments. It's just that was just a way of life. There was no travel sports. The spouses just kind of knew that in the summertime, that's what we did. That we played softball. Another thing is a lot of the leagues didn't start till June. Now some leagues start, I think Forest Park starts the end of April.
Yep.
So the leagues are longer.
Yeah.
So I think travel sports, longer leagues, and just that softball players have more of a role now. The male has more of a role in being around the kids more now than it used to be. And I never felt deprived. My dad would come home from work, have dinner at 5:30. We'd play catch in the front yard for 15 minutes. He'd go play his softball. when I didn't have a game, I'd go watch him. So I didn't feel
Right.
deprived like he was leaving me or anything like that. So
Yeah,
I had the best of both worlds. I fell in love with softball by watching my father. He took me to all the games that he could possibly take me to if I wasn't playing myself.
Yep.
And then, you know, and then I got to play with my dad.
So, yeah, so I mean, as you've been talking, I thought of a question for you, and I think it's a question that you may answer, you may not, I don't know, but I got to ask you because I think the people watching will want to hear it. So, when I think about softball today's day, we talk about the organization that runs it, the SSA. I know that you're an SSA guy. You've been a part of the SSA. You've helped SSA out. What is something the SSA you think needs to do to improve their brand moving forward? And if you don't want to answer it, I understand, but just an opinion. I mean, you know, it doesn't mean that it's something that they're doing negative, but something that you want to see maybe moving forward. Because I know we've had ASA on the show, we've had SSA guys on the show. You know, our goal of this show is really to promote softball and just try to help everyone as a whole come together. We've always said that from day one. Hence, we're trying to get more teams involved. You know, more of the major teams at the 12-inch level. But tell me your opinion on that. What does the SSA need to do? Maybe next year, the year after, the years to come, whatever it may be, in your opinion, to really kind of take that next step to, you know, just improve what we already have for the game.
well, Jim, I'm 53. When I go to a SSA board meeting, I think I'm the second youngest board member there.
Okay.
I think Mikey Marola is the youngest, and Mikey's in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
Right.
So we need an influx of younger board members that want to be a part of the board. And so it's not just us wanting to get you know, younger players. We need younger players to want to become part of the board, to help us, to help organize, to come with some fresh ideas.
Right.
You know, we're the old guys. You know, we're a lot of us are stuck in our ways, right? And that's just a way of life. When you do something for decades and decades and decades and decades, change is difficult, right, for a lot of
Right.
people, and I'm including myself. So we need some 20 somethings. You know, we need some 30 somethings. We need some guys that have played the game for 10 years but are still maybe in their early 30s to come join our board, come with some ideas, help us out. You know, you've got Patty, and you know, Patty is, you know, his health issues are well documented, right?
Yeah.
And we had something like 15 tournaments last year, and Patty's there from the beginning all the way to the end. It just can't happen.
Yeah.
You know, we need help. We need help. We need to seek help, and we need people to seek us out as well. So it's a two-way street. So that would, to me, that would be the biggest factor. And you know, we've talked about it, but we need to bring in some young people that are willing to come to all the board meetings, help us with tournaments, help us with some ideas. And I think that would freshen up, you know, moving forward, how we approach tournaments and leagues and players and whatnot.
Right. Get my guy Donnie back on the
I'm in.
live stream. But Donnie, you got anything from
I
that?
was at an SSA board meeting. I was at one of them last year, and I was the youngest one. I think I can. Everyone noticed that. But yeah, I don't see a problem with that at all. I would happily come back and love to shine some light on that.
Yeah.
I got nothing else. I got nothing else for him. He kind of answered everything that I was going to say.
Perfect. So Matt, that leads me to my last question. The question I ask everybody. And by the way, before I get to that question, Donnie,
Yeah.
Mr. Matt here is the first time we've ever had, I think he's the two-time guest now to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show.
This is
We
the
did a
first one.
show,
Yeah.
one of the very first times. You weren't there, unfortunately. It was just the Uncle Jimmy that night. And we were at live.
It was the Uncle Jimmy, Grandpa Matty show,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It was live from Melrose. So
That's right.
with the exception of Drew, but I'm talking guest-wise, Matt is the first time. He's the first
Honored.
time we've ever had two-timer.
So
Big.
So
Big.
welcome, Matt.
I'm honored.
Welcome, Matt.
I'm honored.
Now, Kelly, I feel Kelly from the USSSA. She's going to be a multi-time viewer.
Solid. She's
We
really
loved her, but Matt, you take that honor right now and you run with it, buddy.
I'll give you
All right?
a big smooch. I'll give you a big smooch tomorrow, Jimmy.
That's
Thank
what I
you.
like to
He
hear.
just got some of those 3-footers are now good. You're gonna get them. Say, pick it up, Jimmy. That's good.
That's awesome. So Matt, so we've touched on a little bit of everything, but this is the question I always ask: if you were to change one thing right now in softball to make the game better, what would it be?
Oh, to change something. I don't know. I have some ideas for tournaments and whatnot. I don't know so much about a change. I know that I think Marty brought up the fact that one gigantic league from different parks. I think when Marty was on, that was, I think, might have been his idea.
Yep.
I would love to have one full year, just one full year, and just everybody go into a draft and we draft 20 teams, and you play on that team for the entire year in leagues and in tournaments. You'll meet people from all different parts of the Chicagoland area. You play with them the whole year, have great prize money in all these leagues and all these tournaments, and you're going to meet a whole slew of new people that you've never even talked to before, and hang out with them for the entire year. Just 1 year.
That's fun.
1 year out of 1 year out of your life. That's a far-fetched idea. I don't think it'll ever happen. I do have an idea for a tournament that I was gonna do, and then COVID knocked it out. I was gonna have a grip it and rip it tournament. It was gonna be a one-pitch tournament where you start with a 3-2 count.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like the one pitch no bitch or whatever they
You,
call it.
you could finish in 1 day. That won't, Jimmy. That baby could finish in 1 day. Those games will be 35 minutes long.
I thought
started
that's where you were going to go with the changing of the tournaments, and I was like, easy, big guy. You don't be stealing me and cousin Donnie's ideas out here, all right? But no, I mean that's awesome. I think I don't think that would be an idea that would ever get done, but if it ever did, it'd be incredible. That'd be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Well, they used to do it for Bud Lauren, right? They used to do it for the Bud Lauren.
Yeah, but do it for a whole year. Do it for a whole year. You have a gigantic assembly, guys that come and they put their head in the ring and they want to play with new people. I just think it's it'd be a fresh idea. It'd be difficult. I know that it's hard. Guys want to play with their buddies that they've been playing for years, but I'd be interested to see how something like that would pan out.
All the teams would be relatively even. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, you have 20 captains and you have a draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be high intense stuff.
Be fun. That's it.
Well, fellas, thank you. Thanks for ringing the bell here.
I appreciate you joining in, and I know that it's kind of a last minute thing, but definitely appreciate you filling the spot tonight, and we'll have you on soon again, man. Thank you so much.
One last thing, guys. I just wanted my best wishes always for Patty. Battling, and for Red Davis. I know that he's had some health issues here, and wish him the best. And if everybody could just keep him in your thoughts, that'd be great.
That does remind me, we had a individual we lost in the game that's been a part of the game for about 40 years. Ed. Umpire, I used to call him Umpire Ed all the time.
Nicest guy in the world.
I used to yell at that guy so much in my 20s just because he couldn't see first base. But over time, Ed and I became buds. And then when I heard the news, either that he was hit by a car or with a car accident. I heard two stories. I heard he got hit by a car, and then I heard he was in a car accident. So I don't know which one was true. Unfortunately, I couldn't make his wake on Friday, but my condolences go out to his family. I know Ed was an awesome dude, a big time supporter of 16 in softball. Even as of little as last year, seeing him at Forest Park, seeing him around, just kind of busting his balls as I normally do. It was awesome, but he'll definitely be missed.
Yeah.
It gives you a great feeling when you, especially at Forest Park, when they all come out to watch, when you see these guys that you've seen since you were a young kid.
Yeah.
They're still coming out to watch, still coming to give their time. I love that.
We've lost some good ones over the years, that's for sure. But Ed was definitely up there, and he did a lot for softball. He, donated a lot of his time with umpiring and so on. So it's definitely it's a big loss, more than people think.
For sure.
So, well, thank you, Maddie. Donnie and I are going to wrap the show up. I appreciate
Okay, bud.
it. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Okay,
Thanks,
bud. See ya.
Thank you, Maddie.
See you, Donnie.
Well, Donnie, I mean,
Hey,
tonight's show didn't go as
we
expected,
made
but
with what we had.
yes, we did. I was looking forward to really, getting Mike on. I think he would have been awesome
Yeah,
just
he will be
to
awesome.
hear
He will be
and
awesome.
tie in a lot of the things we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks, and I think a lot of the fans would have definitely loved to hear that as well too. So, but hey, there's always another night.
Yep.
Next week, as you know, I've been in talk with Ozzie Guillen.
Yeah.
I know Ozzie's going to eventually join us on a show very soon. The reason why I want to have Ozzie on is I think he brings a whole nother perspective from major leagues, but also his sons and things like that too that'll be joining with us.
I'm with
They've been a big part of not only baseball in general with the Chicago White Sox, but also just in general, like they grew up in the Chicagoland area, and I want to hear about how 16-inch softball has made a part of their life, or 12-inch,
that'll
or
be cool.
whatever they've played. I just think it'd be a
Definitely.
cool, little bit different thing. So Ozzie will be joining us at some point. Ozzie Jr., Wani, all both of his kids as well. So I think that'll be an awesome show, and a lot of cool stuff will happen that night when it does.
Yeah.
That might happen next week. It might happen the week after. I'm not really sure. I gotta work out the time with Ozzie and Ozzie Jr. and Wani, so we'll figure that out as well. So, but we definitely look forward to them
Yeah.
as well. I know you're excited
I love
about
it.
that, aren't you?
I'm pumped. I think it's a cool opportunity for us to kind of grow and show some people we're not messing around.
Yeah, no, I mean, and like I said, and it's just they've been a part of
Yeah.
Chicago history. I mean, obviously, they won a world, Ozzie won a World Series, but also his sons. I mean, his sons grew up pretty much in Chicago,
Yeah.
and they have been a big part of Chicago. So I would just love to hear their opinions on, being sons of a major league manager, player, and so on. But and not only that, but them themselves, they've also had pretty decent careers as well. So, there's a lot of cool things there.
I'm with you. Sounds awesome, man.
Yep. So
Uh,
before everyone goes, make sure everyone goes to our page, likes it. Donnie will be live from that page
yep.
Friday night.
So it will be.
You will be live announcing games from the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie page. You will not be on my personal Facebook. You will be on our page. So I look forward to that as well. And hey, man, it didn't go as planned tonight, but we got through, and
Yeah.
we were able to get people on.
Pretty fun show, regardless of what happened. But Jimmy, we look forward to seeing you on Friday, and thank you for doing that. And see you guys very soon. All right.
All right, man. Appreciate it,
Later.
man. Thank you.